everybody, it's Diecast. We're back. We've got one of the older dioramas today. We got to touch some things up and dust them off every once in a while. So this is the one that we've got for today. A little river scene along the dirt road. So we're going to dive into the bin here, grab 25 cars, put them in the order that I think they should be in, with a favorite and a least favorite. And you all can disagree all you want. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we're back in the bin. Should look exactly like it did at the end of the last one. So I'm going to dig in here. We'll pull out 25 cars. I'm going to mix these up. It's been a while since we mixed them up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, whoops, okay, 21 I think that was, 22, 23, 24, one more, this one, 25, all right, we've got our 25, I'll put them in order. Okay, I've got these all in the order I think they should be. The top 10 here are going to be pretty interesting. We got some brands we don't usually see. Speaking of brands we don't usually see, starting off, we've got, I don't even know if this will fit in the frame. There we go. We've got a Express wheels. For some reason I ended up with a lot of these. These are just kind of a cheapy little supermarket toy, but they are kind of neat in that they've got these spring-loaded front and back wheels on them. I always thought that was kind of neat. Made them so they can climb over rocks. Anyways, I think this one used to have a back to it, some sort of trailer, but he is 25th place. There's a bunch more of those in that bin somewhere. We'll probably see a bunch more soon. Next one I've got to get set up. You'll see why. And it is the aisle driver. He does not fit in this particular scene. This one new last year, I believe. It's a shopping cart. Comes with this little figure. He's kind of fun, so you can do all sorts of tricks with him. The aisle driver, we've seen this guy in a couple different colors already. Next up, same vein, it's the pedal driver. And our pedal driver also doesn't really fit very well in my diorama, but a little pedal car made for your little figures. It's got that big round wheel so they could hold on to it. I don't know if Hot Wheels had plans to come up with little figures or if they just ended up scrapping that. A lot of people use their Lego figures for that. Next up is a little cheapy Chinese knockoff. It's a Marauder made in Hong Kong. I'll show you the bottom of that. That one just has a lot of detail. Has a little driver. Seen a lot of these wheels are need a lot of bulk to those wheels. Those wheels aren't going to be winning too many races, but there's the bottom of it from Hong Kong. Is that upside down? Sorry. There you go, Marauder, Hong Kong. Next up, an Easter car. This one, the Twin Mill. And this is an Easter car twin mill. Might usually rank a little higher. I'm not crazy about the colors. And for a, I believe it's an Easter, well, it's a spring car, I should say. I don't know. I think these were labeled Spring 18. They always seem to get the Easter cars out really late. So maybe they're just going with spring these days. It has a bee on it this time instead of a bunny. That's a twin mill 3, by the way, I think. Next up, this one's pretty old. I just like the paint coloring on it. This is not one of my favorite castings. And that is that Power Pipes? It's a mystery bonus car. That was from 1999. Yeah, that's Power Pipes. Just, never liked this car. It always looked a little backwards to me. From the side, I think it looks better going this way. But you can see from the front it actually goes this way. So those are air intakes there, I'm assuming. But I do like the colors on that one. It was a mystery car. I am partial to the mystery cars. Here's a fun one. This one needs a little bit of cleaning if we ever get around to it. It's a Voltron car. I was going to call it Power Rangers. Not Power Rangers. Voltron, of course, with the... now I just forgot these names. Not Voltorbs. I forgot their names. Anyways, this was part of another a bigger series. Here it is on the bottom. Voltron has a date of 1984, but I don't think that's when it came out. And this is a pullback. It's not going to do much here, but it would move forward. And I believe this was some sort of hookup to another piece. But fun, we don't see those. Speaking of fun, here is another one. I've not ever seen this one. It isn't ranking very high, obviously. It is a Bradley IFV that Wolverine drives. Because Wolverine would need a tank, I guess. This is part of the Marvel line. This was one of the harder ones to find, although at the price these cost. They're Maestos. I know CVS and drugstores would carry these. For the most part, I don't think Walmart or Target really carried these much. Maestos tended to carry a pretty high price tag, but that is a pretty neat tank. I think I'd probably like it better if it didn't have Wolverine on it, but considering it's a tank and it's Wolverine, if you are one of the 5 or 6 people that collect Maestos out there, that one is probably a favorite. So next one, this one has ranked much higher before. We've seen a lot of these in the same color. That is a it's a cord. It's a 36 cord from 2000. That's part of their virtual collection sub series, so it came with a little code. This one also came with a lot of variations in the tires. It also has a little tampo there. I think that tampo moved around. The car is actually a darker green than the video is making it. I really like that one. I think I'm just getting a little bored with that particular colored one. We've got a lot of those. Alright, we've got a 16 Fiat 500X. That one is a Matchbox. Fits a little bit better in our scene. I believe that came out last year or early this year. So 2017, 2018-ish. Matchbox doing a good job. This one does have the headlights, a lot of details on it. What you like to see. Alright, we've got a Renault Sports RS. It's an RS what? 01, I think. RS01, it's just an RS. Sports RS. This one has a little spot there on the top from being in the package when the paint was wet. That one is a Hot Wheels from 2017. Probably would not see that car driving on this road, but this one you might. The next couple you'd probably see on this road. This one is another Maesto. It is the Heavy Lift. This one would be like the wheels on it, but it's fun. It just has this little moving forklift on it. The arms do not go up. It's all just one big casting. But the Heavy Lift, another Maesto. Don't see a lot of Maestos. I have a feeling that's the highest ranking Maesto though. This one really looks like it fits on here. This one from Funrise, which I believe, I'm looking at it now, it's Hasbro Funrise. I believe that means it's Tonka. Yes, it is a Tonka. A little bit out of scale. All the Tonkas are, or maybe they are to scale. I'm not sure which. Not really rubber tires, but kind of a softer plastic tire. And this one from a few years back, the turret does not turn on it. Doesn't do a whole lot. Each side's a little bit different, but it does fit my terrain here pretty well. A Tonka. That one from a few years back, probably 2016 or 15 if I had to guess. Here's another Tonka, same thing. This one might have been from the same series. This one a snorkel truck or a cherry picker, I guess we'd call it. Lots of moving parts on these, and these are Tonka tough. They are pretty tough trucks. Made pretty well. I think if I was a kid, I would be into these probably more than the Hot Wheels these days. These are fun little work trucks. They put out about 8 of these in every series. Sometimes do some different colors with them. Next up is this an M2. It's not an M2. Muscle Machine. Muscle Machine with that Muscle Machine look. Another one with a blown engine. This one with rubber tires on it. Not ranking really high, so there are some good ones coming. These usually rank pretty high. Do like the engines. They're always out of scale to the other stuff that I do. So here's the bottom. Not much on the bottom of this one though. Rubber tires. Great big axles on these. We've talked about that before. Pretty well built. Take a little while to get apart. Next up is a Matchbox. This one is a Bradley tank also. And it's a little beat up. It's been in a war, but I do like Matchbox's tanks. The turret moves on this. This little gun will go up and down, but I'm not going to force it. I think it will. Let me check. No, sorry. Gun will not go up and down. But it is rolling fine. This one would be a good one for a refurb. Easy to do. We could make those tampos pretty easily, repaint it. No one would know the difference. It's not a particularly old one. This one from, it's got a China base. I didn't show you the base on that, but it's got a China base and no date, but that one's probably from the late 90s if I had to guess. Alright, we've got a Johnny Lightning. This one part of the, can't read it because it's really hard to read on the bottom series. This one is the beer wagon, the root beer wagon. We've seen some of these before. Back of these is really delicate. They're kind of like a box that's folded up and the pieces clip together, so they tend to fall apart. These little stickers tend to fall apart. They were not made particularly well. They've got the interesting Johnny Lightning hubs on them. This one, they came in a lot of colors. I forgot the series on these, but they were, yeah, we've seen them. So now we're getting into, are we in the top 10? We're in 9. This is number 9. And we've got ourselves a Nitty Gritty Kitty. And it's probably the last time they released this one, and that was part of the Classic series. This one from 2007. I don't remember which series that was. I don't think that was the first series. Maybe the second series. Mine's got a little chip there. They had this really nice paint on them. Of course, they come in a bajillion colors. Not really a bajillion, but like 7 to 9 colors of each of these. And they were not cheap when they came out. A long time ago, they were about $3.50 when they came out, and people collected a lot of these. Nowadays, you can get them for cheaper than that. They are going back up in price, though. I've gotten most of mine for somewhere between $1 and $2. And nowadays they're going up in price a little bit. Of course, everything is. I don't know if that's a Hot Wheels Matchbox thing or if that's an everything thing. Maybe everything's just going up in price. We've got a Mercedes-Benz 230 GE up next. That one is a Matchbox. You can tell by those wheels, that was from probably the late 90s-ish, maybe early 2000. They were still using those wheels. This one's got 3 different sirens. I've not seen this particular model before. It's Mission Satellite. It's top secret. Of course, if it's top secret, you probably should not paint it red, but for top secret, it looks like it belongs in our diorama there. We can lower this, by the way. See our little pond there, so not a bad one. Beating that one out is another Matchbox. Is this our last Matchbox? No, it's not. It's not our last Matchbox. And I really thought the door opened on this one, or the back hatch opened, but it does not. It is a Ford Sierra XR4. Not one of the better made cars. Of course, nothing from this era really was, at least here in America. This car, known for not being one of the better cars out there, but it was a nice looking car. This back hood here, I believe these two are plastic and they kind of fit up in there. I was trying to figure out how this is. Yeah, I think those plug in. So it's kind of like it's a spoiler that just snaps in there. This one's kind of chewed up there on the back, but a fun car. Next one, boy, we don't see too many of these, and I do not know the name of these. They're used in the train hobby a lot, and they're a different scale. They're all labeled 1/64 scale, but this is a train hobby car coming from a train. Well, maybe I can figure it out here. Just a second. Yeah, I'll show you in a second. It's a Mercedes-Benz. And that one is smaller. So here is a Fiat. This one from Matchbox, and you can see the Matchbox car, little bit bigger. Here is the, here we go, this nitty gritty kitty. We'll put that one next to it. And you can see the scale's a little different on these, but these are used a lot in the train hobby. They're not cheap, and they usually come in little packs. The train hobby folks will know about these. Here is the bottom. They're made really well. There's the bottom. There's the logo, and I can't read what that is. Don't see these a lot. They really kind of exist outside the diecast car collectible community, but for the train hobbyists out there, that one is a pretty nice little find. We've got, next is number 4, almost there. This is the last of the Matchboxes. Made it all the way to number 4, and I'm trying to find the name. It is a Volvo P18008. It's a 59 Volvo. That one in red didn't come out that long ago. I really like this model. I think this particular model's been in our series before and ranked really high. But a little Volvo, boy, I do like what Matchbox is doing. Can get really a lot more realistic looking cars from the Matchbox side than the Hot Wheels side right now. So, next up, this one would have been a contender to win. We've seen a lot of these win, but this one did make it. It's the Fiat 500C Cop Rods. Boy, this is not a functional cop car. It's a one-person car. Can you imagine the local law establishment driving around in this thing? Maybe they could only go like to the left. They just patrol the town to the left, doing burnouts the whole way. This one, that is a good-looking car. Rubber tires on that, white walls. There's the bottom from the Cop Rod series. I do not remember which series that one is from. The Cop Rod series. Okay, this one, I don't know the model. I am going to guess this is a Mustang, but I'm probably wrong. Number 2 is this Johnny Lightning Racing Dreams Hollywood from 1989. And I'm going to try and put the hood down. I can't do it without busting it. Just a second. There we go. There's what it looks like. doubt you'd see that one on this road too. Goodyear rubber tires on that. Are those rubber tires? Yeah. Rubber tires, slicks. James Bond 007 Goldfinger. It's got the Goldfinger babe on the top of it. That is a very cool car. But it did not win. And it is probably no surprise that this one win. This one will probably be a contender for a favorite. Once we get all of the winners together, we should be getting pretty close to our 25 winners series here. And this one is a Thunderbolt. Look at that guy there. He is from the Hot Wheels Preferred series. That is a nice car. It's even got tampos on the, or water slides on the windows. You don't see that too often. I do like the Thunderbolts, and I do like that one. There's a close-up of it. Russ Davis Ford, Covina, California. I wonder if that's a real place. And there's the other side of it. Hot Wheels Preferred, painted lights on that. There you go. That is your winner for today. I am going to sign off. I will see you in the next one. Thanks everybody for watching. If you watch this long, you can hit that subscribe button or the like button. If you enjoyed the video, thank you very much. I will see you later. Bye bye.